Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopeshe Gopika Kante Radha Kante Namostute Tapta Kanchan Gorangi Radhe Vrindaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Che Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire. बोलो श्री राधे गोलोकानंद भगवान की
जय।
बोलो श्रीमद् भागवतम की
जय
जय।
जय
कृष्णा तरुण
हरे कृष्णा। वेलकम बैक गजेंद्र जी।
थैंक यू कैसे हो?
बस ठीक। कैसी रही आपकी यात्रा?
या इट वाज ऑल गुड, थोड़ा लंबा हो गया बट काफी जगह पे एक्चुअली वेंट टू लॉट ऑफ प्लेसेस। इंडिया गए थे, ऑफ कोर्स इंडिया में काफी जगह है, फिर वियतनाम, सिंगापुर, सैन फ्रांसिस्को करके
क्या बात।
फाइनली फीलिंग गुड, बैक टू राले।
बढ़िया है।
या बट इट वाज नाइस। करेंगे कभी बात। या
ठीक है।
शुरू करते हैं। तो हम लोग बिफोर 1.5 months वी वर रीडिंग अध्याय 25th chapter of 10th canto, and as you know, how many cantos are there in Srimad Bhagavatam? इस कितने स्कंद है?
12
yeah, 12 cantos are there, 12 books, and there are 332 adhyayas, and we are on 10th canto and 25th adhyay of the 10th canto, and we did 18th shlok last time. और इस अध्याय में, और this whole 10th canto is about Lord Shri Krishna's Leela. Yeah. And that's the most fierce thing, right? Like reading about Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna himself, right? Like as we know, Bhagavad Gita was spoken by Lord Shri Krishna, and we already read that through. And Srimad Bhagavatam is all about Katha of Bhagwan, but then most importantly and most fierce is Katha of Lord Shri Krishna, because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everything comes from him. So, इस अध्याय में हम लोग गोवर्धन पर्वत के बारे में पढ़ रहे थे. How Lord Indra throws this whole mega rain, and then everyone comes to shelter of Govind, Lord Shri Krishna. So that's where we were. We actually read Shlok 18, but let's read it again. Ramanuji, are okay, Anil.
तस्मान् मच्चरणं गोष्ठं मन्नाथं मत्परिग्रहं गोपाये स्वात्मा योगेन स्वयं मे व्रत आहितः. I must therefore protect the cowherd community by my transcendental potency, for I am their shelter, I am their master, and indeed they are my own family. After all, I have taken a vow to protect my devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And who is saying this?
Lord Krishna.
Lord Shri Krishna, yeah? So Lord Shri Krishna is thinking, because everyone has come to his Sharan, right? Sharanam Gostam, right? They all come to his Sharanam. And yeah, Ramanuj, we can hear you now actually. Good? Yeah. And he says, Swatma Yogena, like by his transcendental potency, Lord Krishna says, I should protect all my devotees and all the people in Vrindavan. Also, we read before, and like in Vrindavan, when people took birth, right? All the previous Rishi Munis and Devatas, right, with their karmas. That's when they got to be so much of an associate with Lord Shri Krishna himself. And so, of course, Lord Shri Krishna is saying he already vrat aita hai. He already took a vow that he is going to protect all his devotees in Vrindavan. Hmm? So actually, it's a nice purport. Let's read this. Yeah. Ramanuji, read it?
Yeah. The word Makcharanam indicates not only the Lord Krishna was sole shelter for the Vrajajana, the people of Vrindavana, but also that Lord Krishna has established his home among them. Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura quotes from the Anekakartha Varga dictionary, Sharanam Graha Rakshitraha. The word Sharanam can represent either home or protector. The residents of Vrindavana adopt Krishna as their beloved child, friend, lover, and life itself, and the Lord reciprocated their feelings. Thus, Sri Krishna lived among these fortunate people, moving in their houses and fields. Naturally, he would protect such intimates devotees from all types of danger. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, sure, bro. Yeah, you're on mute.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Ityukta Vaikain Hastain Kritva Govardhanachalam Dadhar Lilya Vishnu Shatra Kamiv Balakaha. Having said this, Lord Krishna, who is Vishnu himself, picked up Govardhan hill with one hand and held it aloft just as easily as a child holds up a mushroom. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so this is how Lord Shri Krishna, it says, Itu, after saying this, Ekena Hastena Kritva. Yeah, within one hand, and actually it's like one finger, right? He picked up Govardhan Achalam. Yeah, Govardhan Parvat and Achalam. Yeah, it's not moving at all. Like he picked up the whole Govardhan Parvat, one hand. Of course, he is Vishnu himself, as we know, right? Leela Vishnu. And then, of course, they're saying like a child holds up a mushroom. That's how Lord Sri Krishna held up the whole Govardhan hill. Yeah. Okay, a nice purport. Let's read this, Tarun.
It is confirmed in the Hari Vamsa that Sri Krishna picked up the Govardhan mountain with his left hand. So, Dhrata Sangato Meghar Giri Savyena Panina. With his left hand, he picked up that mountain, just touching the clouds. According to Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur, when Lord Krishna was preparing to lift Govardhan Hill, a partial expansion of his Yogamaya potency named Samhariki temporarily removed all the rain from the sky, so that as he ran very swiftly from the porch of his house to the mountain, neither his turban nor other garments became wet. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. अताह भगवान गोपान अन्य अम्बतात व्रजोकसः यथोपजोषम विशत गिरिगर्त सगोधना है. The Lord then addressed the cowherd community, O mother, O father, O residents of Ridge, if you wish, you may now come under this hill with your cows. Yeah, so you can come now. He's asking everyone, Giri Agar Sagodhana, like with your cows, and everyone, you can now come under this Giraj Parvat. Right? Again, a nice purport. Let's read this. Ramanuju.
Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura provides the following insight in this regard. Originally, a large cohort community, which included many thousands of cows, calves, bulls, and so on, could not fit under the base of the medium sized hill like Sri Govardhana. However, was because the hill was in ecstasy, being touched by the hand of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it acquired inconceivable power and even felt the hundreds of deadly thunderbolts thrown upon its back by angry Indra to be offering of soft fragrant flowers. At times Sri Govardhana was not even aware of the thunderbolts was striking. From the Hari Vamsa, the Acharya has also quoted Sri Krishna himself is saying, Try lokyam api utsahate rakshitum kim punarrajam. Sri Govardhana has can give shelter to all the three worlds. Who what to speak of the simple land of Raja? When Indra's attack began and Krishna lifted the hill, the deer, the wild dogs, wild hawks, and other animals, the birds standing on the hill's flanks climbed up to its peak, and even they did not experience the slightest distress. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so what is described is how Lord Sri Krishna picked up the Govardhan Parvat in one hand. Yeah, Anilji?
न त्रास इ वह कार्यो मध्यस्थादिद्रीनि पातनात् वातवर्ष भयेनालं तत्राणं विहितं हि वा. You should have no fear that this mountain will fall from my hand. And don't be afraid of the wind and rain, for your deliverance from these afflictions has already been arranged. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so Lord Krishna is telling this to all the Vrajvasis. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Ajay.
हरे कृष्णा सॉरी सर लेट हो गया था
Okay. Yeah.
तथा निविर्विश्वगतरम कृष्णाश्वाति श्वासित मानसः यथा वकांशं साधना सव्रजा सोपजीविनः. Their minds thus pacified by Lord Krishna, they all entered beneath the hill, where they found ample room for themselves and all their cows, wagons, servants, and priests, and for all other members of the community as well. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Tarun?
Shutradvyatham sukhapekshyam hitva ter vaja vasibhi viksambhyo dadharadrim saptam nachalat. Lord Krishna, forgetting hunger and thirst and putting aside all considerations of personal pleasure, stood there holding up the hill for 7 days as the people of Raja gazed upon him. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, what is mentioned is, of course, Lord Sri Krishna, of course, he didn't have to worry about anything. Sukapeksham, right? Hitva, he didn't have to worry about anything. What did he do? Dadara Andri is the pervert, Saptaham, 7 days, right? For the whole 7 days, Nachalat Padat, like holding up the hill for 7 days. Vikshamana is when all the Vrijvasis are just looking at him and he's just holding the Govardhan Parvat for 7 days. It's a nice purport, so let's read this. Shiva Prabhu.
According to the Vishnu Purana, Vrajayaka Vashibhir Harsh Vishmita Kashir Nikhirstah Gopa Gopi Janair Rishtah Preeti Vish Paritekshanah Samastu Yamana Charita Krishna Sailam Adharyat. Lord Krishna held up the mountain while his praises were chanted by the residents of Vraja, all of whom now had the opportunity to dwell together with him, and who glanced at him with joyful and amazed eyes. Thus the cowherd men and women were all elated, and out of loving affection they opened their eyes wide. By continuously drinking the nectar of the beauty and sweetness of Sri Krishna, the residents of Vrindavan felt no hunger, thirst, or fatigue. And Lord Krishna, by seeing their beautiful forms, also forgot about eating, drinking, and sleeping. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur points out that 7 days of continuous rain from the Samvrat, Samvartaka cloud failed to flood the district of Mathura because the Supreme Lord, simply by his potency, immediately dried up the water as it fell to the ground. Thus, Krishna's lifting of Govardhana hill is full of fascinating details and has for thousands of years reminded one of his most famous pastimes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, that's a Girirajhara, and I think many of you might have been to Vrindavan as well, right? So most people do and go the Giriraj Parikrama. Yeah, that's what's called Giriraj. Yeah, so Govardhan Parvat. Yeah, it's Giriraj Parikrama. There's a whole, it's around 21 kilometers of Giriraj Parikrama, which you will find like every time, any time of the day, you will find people doing it from morning to night. Krishna Yoganubhavam tam Nisemyandro Attavis Vismitah Nisthambo Bhrashta Sankalpah Swana Meghana Sanyavariyat. When Indra observed this exhibition of Lord Krishna's mystic power, he became most astonished. Pulled down from his platform of false pride and his intentions thwarted, he ordered his clouds to desist. Yeah. So then he asked all the clouds to stop raining. Anilji?
हम व्यभ्रमुदितादित्यं वातवर्षं च दारुणं निशम्योपरतं गोपान् गोवर्धनधरो ब्रवीत्. Seeing that the fierce wind and rain had now ceased, the sky had become clear of rain clouds, and the sun had risen, Lord Krishna, the lifter of Govardhan Hill, spoke to the cowherd community as follows. Hare Krishna.
Ramanuj?
Niryata त्यजता त्रासम गोपः स सृति धना अर्भक्ताः उपारतं वत वर्षं वि उदा प्रणय च नम नगः. Lord Krishna said, "My dear cohort men, please go out with your wives, children, and processions. Give up your fear. The wind and rain have stopped, and the river's high waters have subsidized." Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Taru?
ते निर्ययुर्गोपः स्वयमादाय गोधनं षष्ठोपरक्रणं श्रीबालश्चितवीरः शनैः. After collecting their respective cows and loading their paraphernalia into their wagons. The cowherd men went out. The women, children, and elderly persons gradually followed them. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Ajay?
भगवान् अपि तं शैलं स्वस्थाने पूर्ववत् प्रभुः पश्यन्तां सर्वभूतानां स्थापयामास लीलया. While all living creatures looked on, the Supreme Personality of Godhead put down the hill in its original place, just as it had stood before. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Say Stapayamas Lilya. Like after this Lila, he put down the Govardhan Parvat where it was. Yeah. Sure, bro.
Tam prem vegan rbrita vrajo kasyotha samyuha parirambhanadibhya gopayascha sasnaha mapujan modadasya shatar diyujuha sadashiha. All the residents of Vrindavan were overwhelmed with ecstatic love, and they came forward and greeted Sri Krishna according to their individual relationship with him. Some embracing him, others bowing down to him, and so forth. The cowherd woman presented water mixed with yogurt and unbroken barley corns as a token of honor, and they showered auspicious benedictions upon him. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yashodarohani Nando Ramascha Balinam Vara Krishna Malingya Yuju Rasi Sneha Katarah. Mother Yashoda, Mother Rohini, Nanda Maharaj, and Balram, the greatest of the strong, all embraced Krishna. Overwhelmed with affection, they offered him their blessings. Anilji?
दिवि देवगणाः सिद्धाः साध्या गन्धर्वचारणाः तुष्टो भूर्मुचुस्तष्टा पुष्पवर्षाणि पार्थिव. In the heavens, O king, all the demigods, including the Siddhas, Sadhyas, Gandharvas, and Charans, sang the praises of Lord Krishna and showered down flowers in great satisfaction. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Ramanji?
Sankha Dundhu Bhaya Nedhu Divi Deva Parachadiha Jaghu Gandharvaha Patayaha Tumburu Paramukha Nrapa. My dear Parikshit, the demigods in heaven resoundingly played their conch shells and kettle drums, and the best of the Govardhanas, led by Tumburu, began to sing. Hare Krishna.
Tarun?
तथो नुरक्ते पशुपेः परिसृतो रजन् स्व गोष्ठं स बलो व्रजत् दरिः तथा विधानस्य कृतानि गोपिका गायन्य मुदिता हृदिस्पृशः. Surrounded by his lovely cowherd boyfriends and Lord Balram, Krishna then went off to the place where he had been tending his cows. Cowherd girls returned to their homes, singing joyfully about the lifting of Govardhan Hill and other glorious deeds performed by Lord Krishna, but so deeply touched their hearts. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Ajay? Ajay, unmute.
I'm sorry. Before returning to their homes, the gopis shared intimate association with their love, Sri Krishna, by exchanging secret glances. Ordinarily, they could not publicly talk about Krishna since they were chaste young girls in religious village, but now they took advantage of this wonderful exhibition by the Lord and freely sang of his beautiful qualities. It is natural that a young man wants to do something wonderful in the presence of a beautiful young girl. The gopis were the most beautiful and pure-hearted young girls, and Sri Krishna performed the most wonderful activities in their presence. Thus he entered deep within their tender hearts, enlivening their eternal devotional to him. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, yeah. So this that ends the purports of the humble servants of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada to the 10th canto, 25th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Lord Krishna Lifts Govardhan Hill. Bolo Govardhan Parvat ki
Jai.
और Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.
So is this also referring to the Madhuvan, which is in Vrindavan, where Lord Krishna performed a dance with all the gopis?
yeah. So that Leela is different. I think that probably will come in future.
Okay.
This Leela is the Govardhan Leela.
Govardhan, okay.
Like this is when Lord Indra, because Lord Krishna asks all the Vrijvasis to not do any offerings to Lord Indra on a particular day and just offer it to Lord Sri Krishna, right? So when and offer it to Govardhan Hill. And if they don't do it, so that Krishna, the Indra gets upset, of course, and does the whole rain, right? So you know about that whole story.
Right.
But when that rain happens, that's when Lord Krishna picks up the Govardhan Parvat and everyone comes under that. For 7 days, he keeps it like that. On one hand, so if you go to Vrindavan, then in the Govardhan Parvat, there's a Giraj. So there are a lot of places where the pujas happen. Yeah. And near also it's called Giriraj Dharan, like the one who is holding the Giriraj, right? That's Lord Shri Krishna.
Oh.
So the Madhuban Leela is different.
Okay.
So we'll start the 26th chapter, Wonderful Krishna. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Premsa.
Hare Krishna, Govind bhai.
Yeah. Padayenge?
Shri Shuk Uvach. Evam vidhani karmani gopa krishnasya vikshatate at dvi var vida prochu sambhest suvismita. Sukdev Goswami said, the cowherd men were astonished when they saw Krishna's activities, such as lifting Govardhan Hill. Unable to understand his transcendental potency, they approached Nand Maharaj and spoke as follows. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So all the Gopas and everyone, so all different activities of Lord Shri Krishna, right? And including now, lifting the whole entire Govardhan Parvat. Yeah, Gopaha Krishnasya Vikshate, like they are so surprised, Suvishmita hai. And they are thinking like what's happening, unable to understand his transcendental potency. They go to Nanda Maharaj to ask what's going on. Yeah. Nice purport. Let's read this, Anilji.
Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains this verse as follows. During Lord Krishna's pastime of lifting Sri Govardhan Hill, the cowherd men simply enjoyed the spiritual bliss of the Lord's activities without analyzing them. But afterwards, when they had returned to their homes, perplexity arose within their hearts. Thus they thought, Now we have directly seen child Krishna lift Govardhan hill, and we remember how he killed Putana and other demons, extinguished the forest fire, and so on. At the time, we thought that these extraordinary acts occurred because of a benediction from the Brahmins or because of Nanda Maharaj's great fortune, or that perhaps this boy had achieved the mercy of Lord Narayan and was thus empowered by him. But all these presumptions are false because an ordinary 7-year-old boy could never hold up the king of mountains for 7 whole days. Krishna is not a human being, he must be the Supreme Lord himself. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so at this point, this is what all the Gopals are thinking, and they go to Nanda Maharaj. Yeah, Ramanuji.
But on the other hand, child Krishna loves it when we cuddle him, and he becomes morose when we, his uncles and well-wishers, simply worldly coward men, do not give him attention. He appears to become hungry and thirsty, steals yogurt and milk, sometimes plays tricks, tells lies, chatters childishly, and tends the cows. If he is actually the Supreme Lord, why would he do these things? Don't they indicate that he is an ordinary human child? We are totally unable to establish the truth of his identity. Therefore, let us go and inquire from his highly intelligent king of Raj, Nanda Maharaj, and he shall free us from our doubts. According to Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the coward men thus made up their minds, and then they entered Nand Maharaj's great assembly hall and questioned him as described in the following verse. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so what they're thinking is he's doing all these kind of things, like stealing yogurt and all those things. And so if he is actually the Supreme Lord, why would he do these things? That's the question which comes to their mind. But at the same time, they also see all these other activities like lifting Govardhan hill, killing Putna, killing all these asuras, Kalia, the Nag episode, right? So on and so forth. So they finally decide to go to Nand Maharaj and ask a question. Karan?
बालकस्य यद् एतानि कर्मणि अति अद्भुतानि वे कथं ह्रस्यत्सु जन्म ग्रामस्य शवान जुगुप्सितम्. Old man said, since this boy performs such extraordinary activities, how could he warrant a birth among worldly men like us? A birth that for him would seem contemptible. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shiva bro?
यह सप्त हायेनो बालः करे नैकेन लीलया कथम बीभद्र गिरिवरम पुष्करम gajradiv. How could this 7-year-old boy playfully hold up the great hill Govardhana with one hand, just as a mighty elephant holds up a lotus flower? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Ajay?
तोके नाम मीलिताक्षेण पूतनाया महोजसः पीतः स्तनः सह प्राणे कालनेव वयस्तनो. As a mere infant who had hardly yet opened his eyes, he drank the breast milk of the powerful demoness Putana and then sucked out her very life air as well, just as the force of time sucks out of the youth of one's body. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so all the Gopas are wondering about Lord Shri Krishna. Prem?
In Vatavitha Shayanasya Masya Charna Vudak Anopadat Vipryasatam Rudrat Prabhadahatam. Once, when only 3 months old, little Krishna was crying and kicking up his feet as he lay beneath a huge cart. Then the cart fell and turned upside down simply because it was struck by the tip of his toe. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Ekhayan asino Viryamano Vihayasa Detyan Yastrinavartar Mahan Kantagrahaturam. At the age of 1, while sitting peacefully, he was taken up into the sky by the demon Trinavat. But baby Krishna grabbed the demon's neck, causing him great pain and thus killed him. Right? So they are remembering all his past activities and wondering what's happening here. Right? Anilji?
क्वचिद्दये अङ्गवस्तैन्ये मात्राबद्ध उदूखले गच्छन्नर्जुन नयोर्मध्ये बाहुव्यां ताव पातयत्. Once his mother tied him with ropes to a mortar because she had caught him stealing butter. Then, crawling on his hands, he dragged the mortar between a pair of Arjun trees and pulled them down. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Remember when he pulled the Arjun tree down, what happened?
Those two sages who were cursed, not sages but Gandharva Putra, they were शाप जो मिला था उन्हें.
Yeah, what was the name?
नाम मैं भूल रहा हूँ.
Anyone remember the name?
नारद जी ने साप दिया था.
Yeah, नारद जी ने साप दिया था. Nal and Kuber, right? Kuber sons, right? This is what happens when you go for a break, right? Forget all. But so both the sons, they were given a shrap by Narad Muni, and then they became trees, but they were released by Lord Shri Krishna, right? So again, like all the Vrijvasis are remembering all the past activities of Lord Shri Krishna. Yeah. Ramanuja?
Vani sancharayan vastam sarama balkir vritaha hantu karam bakam dorbhyam muktaho rim apachayat. Another time when Krishna was tending the cows in the forest together with Balram and his coward boys, the demon Baksura came with the intention of killing Krishna, but Krishna seized this inimical demon by the mouth and tore him apart. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, so then the Bakasur was also we remember, right?
प्रभु जी वो दोनों का नाम नल कुबेरा एंड मणिग्रीवा है.
Right. मणिग्रीव एंड नल कुबेर. दोनों और किसके बच्चे थे दोनों?
क्या प्रभु जी क्यों?
कुबेर के.
They were sons of
Kuber.
Kuber, yeah.
Right. So Nal Kuber and Manigriva were the names of it. Yeah. And then there was a yeah.
प्रभु जी ये अमला ट्री जो है इसको अपन हिंदी में कोई और कॉमन नेम से जानते हैं क्या? अर्जुना ट्री जो है ये, अर्जुना
Oh,
ट्री जो है, कोई और
banyan?
एक
Not the banyan tree. The Arjun tree. Um, yeah, I'm not recollecting right now. I don't think I think it's like
अर्जुन ट्री ही बोलते हैं क्या उसे अलग? अच्छा।
yeah. Yeah, I'm not
मैं
recollecting.
गूगल में देख रहा था तो फिर वो बता रहे थे
What
कि
does it?
या
What's the name? Other name?
नहीं नहीं, अदर नहीं, मैं ढूंढने की कोशिश कर रहा था, वो
Acha.
साइंटिफिक नेम मुझे बता रहा
Okay, okay.
इट इज
इंग्लिश
टर्म
में बोल रहा है टर्मिनलया अर्जुना।
अर्जुना, या
Yeah, yeah,
सो
टर्मिनलिया अर्जुना।
या या
yeah. So yeah. Then Vatsasur and all that, and then yeah, Anilji.
हत्वा रासभदयतेयं तद्बन्धुधूश्च बलान्वितः चक्रे तालवनं क्षेमं परिपक्वफलान्वितम्. Together with Lord Balaram, Krishna called the jackass demon and all his friends, thereby securing the safety of the Talavan forest, which abounded with fully ripened palm fruits. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Then again, this was the one we also read. Yeah. And actually, it says here, right? Like long, long ago, the powerful demons, and we know this, right? Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksh. So there were two demons which were born of the goddess Diti. So all the Asurs were born out of Diti, and all the Devatas were born out of Aditi. Yeah. And so because they are born from the Diti, therefore demons are commonly called Daityas or Daityas, meaning descendants of Diti. Dhenukasur, the ass demon, like if you remember the Dhenukasur, right? Or Gadhe ka swarup leke, and then he terrorizes the Tala forest with his friends, right? But then Sri Krishna and Sri Balram killed them just as modern governments kill terrorists who harass innocent people. Yeah. So there used to be terrorists during that time also. All the Asurs were nothing but terrorists, basically. Right? All the demons, that's what they were, really, right? Yeah.
This was as demon. So,
He took the root. He became he became as root of that. Right? Yeah. Varun?
प्रलम्बन घातयित्वर्गं बलेन बलशालिना अमोचयद व्रज पशून् गोपंस करण्य वाहिना. After arranging for the mighty Lord Balram to kill the terrible demon Pralamba, Krishna saved Braja's coward boys and their animals from a forest fire. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So like just think about this. Like this, he picked up the Govardhan Parvat when he was 7 years old. And before that, like just within those 6 years, he has killed so many demons and Putna, right? And all this Kalia Nag Leela. And these days you will find like a lot of people who will stand up saying, I'm the God. Like basically, they declare themselves as God. But then you should just ask them, hey, at least pick up some mountain, right? Mountain or something else. Right? Very interesting how all the gopis and gopas are remembering all the Bal Leela of Krishna before they even go to Nanda Maharaj. Yeah. Shiva Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Ashivishtamahindram damitva vimadam handat prashahayodvashya yamunam chakraso nirvishodakam. Krishna chastised the most poisonous serpent Kalia, and after humbling him, he drove him forcibly from the lake of the Yamuna. In this way, the Lord made the water of that river free of the snake's powerful poison. Hare Krishna.
Ajay?
Durasya jaschanurago asminah sarvesham no vrajokasam nandate tanaye asmadsu tasya patikah katham. Dear Nand, how is that we all the other residents of Vraj cannot give up our constant affection for your son? And how is that he is so spontaneously attracted to us? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so all these bridge Vasis are asking Nand Baba, how can we are not able to give up any attraction from Sri Krishna, right? He's like so attractive and so affectionate, right? So what is like, and then he's doing all these activities. So they are just wondering like what's going on, right? And that's what they're asking to Nand Maharaj. Yeah. So let's read this purport. Very nice. Prem.
The very word Krishna means the all attractive one. The residents of Vrindavan could not give up their constant love, anurag, for Lord Krishna. Their attitude towards him was not particularly theistic because they were unsure whether he was God or not. But he attracted all their love precisely because, as God, he is the all attractive person, the supreme object of our love. The coward men also asked, how is it that young Krishna feels such constant love for us? In fact, the Supreme Lord loves all living beings who are eternally his children. At the end of the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna dramatically declares his affection for Arjuna and urges Arjuna to reciprocate that love by surrendering to him. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his prayers to Lord Krishna, states, Itardsi tava kripa bhagwan mamapi dvavam idarsham ihjani nanur ragra. My Lord, you are so merciful towards me, but I am so unfortunate that the love for you has not awakened within me. Shikshataka 2. In this statement, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also uses the word anurag. Our misfortune is that we cannot reciprocate the anurag or loving affection that the Lord feels for us. Although we are infinitesimal and insignificant, and the Lord is infinitely attractive, somehow we do not give him our love. We must accept responsibility for this foolish decision, since to surrender to God or not is the essential expression of our free will. The Krishna consciousness movement provides an efficient, systematic program to help conditioned souls revive their original blissful consciousness, which is love of God, Krishna consciousness. The intricacies of Krishna consciousness are so wonderful that even Krishna's eternal associates, the residents of Vrindavan, are astonished by them, as shown by these verses. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so very important paragraph, right? What it says here is, first of all, what is the meaning of Krishna? Right? He's all attractive, right? That's what Krishna means. Krishna means the all attractive. He's always akarshit, like akarsha, right? Krishna Bhagwan is all attractive. That's what it also means. But the important part which is mentioned here is like even at the end of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is actually telling Arjuna, right, that surrender unto him, right? So he's loving to everyone, and then he's asking to surrender so that they can go back to Godhead. He's asking to surrender. Surrender means the devotional service, right? We studied all the devotional service, 9 types of devotions. That's how we can surrender to Lord Sri Krishna, by doing those devotional services, right? And like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none other than Lord Sri Krishna himself in the form of Radharani. And he's also praying to Lord Sri Krishna himself. He's trying to feel that mood of Radharani, right? And he's saying that, my Lord, you are so merciful towards me, but I am so unfortunate that love for you has not awakened within me. Right? We just go to the temple and we ask for so many things, right? We are just like, okay, God has to protect us, God has to do this, God has to do that. But how much love are we able to give to God is what is written here, right? So even though we are insignificant, Lord is infinitely attractive. Somehow we don't give him our love. But the most important part which is mentioned here is to surrender to God or not is the essential expression of our free will, right? As a soul, we have some free will. Most of the things happen because of our karmas and the results of the karmas, right? That's how we take birth and different bodies and different places and all that. But in a human life, we have some free will. And one of the free will is if we want to do the bhakti or not. That's our decision, right? Is what is mentioned. Whether to surrender to God or not is the essential expression of our free will, right? And of course, then it's mentioned the Krishna consciousness movement, which Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada actually restarted from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? It gives us an opportunity, right? Like we are now able to read Srimad Bhagavatam because it's there with us, right? And all that is definitely part of the Krishna consciousness devotional service. Yeah, so very nice. क्व सप्तहायनो बालः क्व महा अद्रिविधारणम् ततो नो जायते शंका व्रजनाथत्वात्मजे. On the one hand, this boy is only 7 years old, and on the other, we see that he has lifted the great hill Govardhan. Therefore, O King of Raj, a doubt about your son arises within us. Like, who is this Krishna, the little boy, 7 years old? Kva Sapta Ahayano Bala, like the 7 years old, what did he do? Maha Adri Vidharana, like Adri is the Parvat, right? The Giraj Parvat. He could lift that, the 7 years old Bala hai. So what is happening? The Shanka is coming up and they are asking Vrajanath, who is the Nand Maharaj. Yeah, he's asking, this is a doubt about your son which is arising within us. Yeah. Anilji?
Shri Nanda Uvacha Shruyatam me vacho gopa vetu shanka cha borbhake enam kumar muddishya gargo me yaduvachaha. Nanda Maharaj replied, O cowherd men, just hear my words and let all your doubts concerning my son be gone. Some time ago, Garg Muni spoke to me as follows about this boy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So now if you remember, when Nanda Maharaj got Krishna Bhagwan from Vasudev and Devki's, right, to Nandgaon, that time Garg Muni had visited Nandgaon. And then Garg Muni looked at the whole thing and he told who Lord Sri Krishna is to Nanda Maharaj. And Nanda Maharaj is saying the same thing to now, he's telling everyone. Like Garg Muni, yeah, Gargo me yaduach hai. He came, right? Some time ago, Garg Muni spoke to me as follows about this boy, right? He says, yes, Srila Sridhar Swami comments, the words previously heard from Garg Acharya awakened Nanda Maharaj to the truth about Krishna. And thus, by Nand's constantly remembering his activities, all thoughts about their being impossible ceased in him. Now he is instructing the cowherd man with these same words. So whatever Garg Muni told Nand Maharaj is what Nand Maharaj is now telling all the Vrajvasis. Ramanujan?
वर्णः त्रयः किल शस्यं गृह्णातो न्यूयुग्नं तनुः शुक्लो रक्तास् tatha pita idanim Krishnatam gataha. Garga Muni has said, your son Krishna appears as an incarnation of every millennium. In the past, he assumed three different colors, white, red, and yellow, and now he appeared in a blackish color. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so Garg Muni, actually Krishna is an incarnation of Lord Vishnu, is what he's telling him, and he appears in every millennium.
And this red, yellow, and white is Lord Vishnu?
Yeah. So previous avatars of Lord Vishnu, so he appeared in different colors, right? In white and then the red and the yellow color.
And now it is in black.
And now he's in blackish, like a bluish color. Lord Shri Krishna says, Shuklo Rakta Sthita Pita Idanim Krishnatam Gata. Yeah. Says this, and the next 6 verses are from the 8th chapter, in which Garg Muni instructs Nand Maharaj about Nand's son Krishna. So that's what we are going to read. Yeah. Tarun.
Pragyam Vasudevasya Kvachij Jatas Tavat Maja Vasudeva iti Shriman Abhignaha Sampachakasate. For many reasons, this beautiful son of yours sometimes appeared previously as a son of Vasudeva. Therefore, those who are learned sometimes call this child Vasudeva. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so he's also called Vasudeva. And he appeared to Vasudeva and Devaki in this avatar, right? But then he also had appeared to Vasudeva and Devaki in the previous yugas, right? So I think if you remember, we read about Lord Krishna's appearance, and we saw how he had also appeared before to Vasudeva and Devaki, and that's why he's also called Vasudeva. Yeah. Son of Vasudeva. Shiva?
Bahuni santi namani rupani cha sutasyate gun karmanu rupani tanyaham ved no janaha. For this son of yours, there are many forms and names according to his transcendental qualities and activities. These are known to me, but people in general do not understand them. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Who is speaking this?
Nand Bhagwan. Oh, no.
Garg Muni.
Garg Muni, yeah.
Right. So Nanda Maharaj is telling all the Brajvasis what Garg Muni told him. And this is what Garg Muni is telling Nanda Maharaj, that hey, your son, based on Gun, Karmani, Rupani, and so many names, right? Bahuni, Santi, Namani. But general people don't know, but I know about those qualities and activities of Lord Krishna. Ajay?
एष वह श्रेय आधाय सिद गोप गोकुल नंदनः अनेन सर्वदुगाणि यूय मंजस्त्रिशतः. To increase the transcendental bliss of the cowherd men of Gokula, this child will always act auspiciously for you, and by his grace only you will surpass all difficulties. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, this is again still Garg Muni is telling Nand Maharaj that all difficulties will come, will all be taken care of by Lord Shri Krishna. Prem?
Puranen Vrajpate Sadhvo Dasyu Pidita Araj ke Rakshmana Jimyudrsyu Sanmedhita. O Nanda Maharaj, as recorded in history, when the there was an irregular, incapable government, Indra having been dethroned, and when honest people were being harassed and disturbed by thieves, this child appeared in order to curb the rogues and to protect the people and enable them to flourish. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anilji?
ये एतस्मिन् महाभागे प्रीतिं कुर्वन्ति मानवाः नारयोऽपि भवन्येतान् विष्णुपक्षानि निवासुराः. Demons cannot harm the demigods, who always have Lord Vishnu on their side. Similarly, any person or group attached to all auspicious Krishna cannot be defeated by enemies. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. This Srila Prabhupada has especially indicated in this connection that just as Lord Krishna's associates could not be defeated by Kans, so his modern day devotees will not be defeated by their demoniac opponents, nor will the Lord's devotees be defeated by the internal enemies, the lusty materialistic senses. Yeah. So we have enemies within and we have enemies outside. But what is mentioned here is, as the Lord Krishna's associates, you will get over those enemies, is what is mentioned. Yeah. Ramanuji?
Tasman Nandan Kumarayam Narayana Samo Gunay Shriya Kirtayana Bhuvena Tat Karmasu Na Vishmayaha. Therefore, O Nand Maharaj, this child of yours is as good as Narayan. In his transcendental qualities, opulence, name, fame, and influence, he is exactly like Narayana. Thus, you should not be astonished of his activities. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Garg Muni is telling Nand Maharaj that don't be astonished. Na Vishmaya hai. Don't be astonished by activities. Why? He is none other than Narayan. Narayan Samo Gune hai. Right? In all the he has all the transcendental qualities. Yeah. So Nanda Baba here reports to the cowherd man the concluding remarks of Garg Muni, who spoke at the secret birth ceremony of Lord Sri Krishna. Yeah. So I think we'll pause here. We'll continue to read this. We'll continue to read about further prayers and then how Lord Indra comes and does the prayers to Lord Sri Krishna. Right? But a very, very blissful adhyay of the Govardhan Parvat. And in Vrindavan, anyone who goes generally tries to do the Govardhan Parikrama. A lot of people go almost at least every month, if not every week, from places nearby like Jaipur and all these places. Some people do the Dandavat Parikrama of Govardhan Parvat. Yeah, I think they still, of course, needs to do better arrangements, but so many people are just doing that. Yeah. Cool. So we'll pause here. Continue to read this. It's so nice that we resume now, finally, after a long gap. And let's hear a beautiful Giraj Parvat Kirtan like Girvardhari. Yeah. Let's hear that very beautiful, very blissful Kirtan.
वृषभानु दुलारे राधे वृषभानु दुलारे वृषभानु दुलारे राधे वृषभानु दुलारे जय राधा गिरिवरधारे जय राधा गिरिवरधारे मोर मुकुट मुख मुरले जोरे मोर मुकुट मुख मुरले जोरे वेणे विराजे मुखे हसे थोरे थोरे वेणे विराजे मुखे हसे थोरे थोरे जय राधा गिरिवरधारे उनके सो है गलवाना माला उनके सो है गलवाना माला इनके मोते माला उजाला इनके मोते माला उजाला जय राधा गिरिवरधारे जय राधा गिरिवरधारे पीताम्बर जग जनमन मोहे पीताम्बर जग जनमन मोहे नील उड़ने वाने उनके सोहे नील उड़ने वाने उनके सोहे जय राधा गिरिवरधारे जय राधा गिरिवरधारे अरुण चरण मणे मंजीर बोए अरुण चरण मणे मंजीर बोए श्री कृष्ण दासे ताहि माना भाए श्री कृष्ण दासे ताहि माना भाए जय राधा गिरिवरधारे जय राधा गिरिवरधारे श्रीनंदनंदन वृषभानु दुलारे श्रीनंदनंदन वृषभानु दुलारे वृषभानु दुलारे राधे वृषभानु दुलारे वृषभानु दुलारे राधे वृषभानु दुलारे जय राधा गिरिवरधारे जय राधा गिरिवरधारे
क्लोज गिरिराज धुरन की जय।
जय
Very nice. So cool. Nice to see you everyone back and
Yeah.
resume this. We are still on 10th canto. So we have 2 more cantos to go and the 10th canto is huge. So we'll still keep going on this. Lord Krishna's Leela. See you tomorrow. Hopefully it will get better.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.